I'm Rich Noonan for World Business Watch, a program in which we look at companies that are changing our world. Today, Arronco, a company that has been helping so many save money on energy bills. When you see this truck pulling into your driveway, your life is about to change in a good way. Whether it be an incredibly detailed energy audit, a regular service of your heating and air conditioning system, or a full-blown geothermal system installed. Arronco is a national leader in turning inefficient homes into shining examples of the new cutting-edge ways to turn a house into a super efficient energy system, especially when Arronco puts in a geothermal system.
I would say any house out there that's 12 years old, we can go in and cut their heating and cooling cost by 50%.
Think about that. What could you do with 50% of your heating or cooling expense in your pocket every month? Arronco has a long history of success, decades of installing HVAC systems of all kinds in homes such as Dave Henry's. Dave and his wife have a big house, and when they wanted to make it much more energy efficient, they called the great team at Arronco for a full geothermal system. In fact, the day we were shooting, Dave was having an energy audit done to see how his new water furnace system was doing.
Okay, so what we've done is to pressurize your house, and what we're trying to find out is the air change per hour. How many times in an hour your home cycles out air on its own. With this test, we determined your house is a 0.33 or 33% of the air changes out on its own every hour, which is an ideal situation. That's where you want to be for every home.
First and foremost, we had propane. So propane that previous year to us installing geothermal, I think our bill was like around $4,000 for it. So that was a real eye-opener. Propane was going up, and the price of propane was going up. So we just decided to make a move. That, in combination with the fact that we had I think it was a 30% tax credit from Uncle Sam, it actually was a no-brainer for us.
We found one Arronco client after another who credits Arronco with saving them lots of money and being great to deal with. Dave loves the fact that he never uses fossil fuel and never will again. His monthly energy bills are so low that they will figure in his retirement plans, allowing he and his wife to stay put when they get older.
We're saving money hand over fist, is the bottom line. And the other thing is, too, we plan on staying in this house after retirement. So we wanted to get our sort of variable costs down to the point where, we could live on a fixed income. I mean, every little thing helps, and that was one big thing we thought would be very attractive to try to get that bill down.
In terms of getting that bill down, we are often talking about over 50% from what people are currently paying. One of the reasons for this is experience. Arronco is very professional. This is a great team. These people are the gold standard in this business, and they know what type of system to put in a home. And you can feel very comfortable when an Arronco team member arrives at your front door.
We are a drug-free workplace, so we do drug testing, background checks on everyone, so yeah, it's safe to enter homes. We don't put anybody in anybody's house that I wouldn't feel comfortable sending to my own house with my own wife and kids.
That was really important to martial arts master Don MacFarland. He's a detailed guy. He had Arronco put in a geothermal system in his home. I asked him if Arronco delivered on what they'd promised.
The service guys came in, did a great job. They cleaned up after themselves. They were very professional. They were on time, very courteous of being in my home and working around my wife and children. It was a wonderful experience.
Don is thrilled with his Arronco water furnace geothermal system. It has been a real money saver every month.
Absolutely. I mean, you take into consideration the monthly savings, on top of it, the tax credit that you get for a geothermal unit is a no-brainer.
We caught up with Jonathan Beckley at his office. He also had Arronco do a geothermal system at his home. He too has a young family and wants to save money for decades to come, so he called Arronco. They put in a fantastic water furnace system. Jonathan is saving a ton of money each month, at least $100 a month, and his home is so comfortable.
One of the nice things about the water furnace is that it actually keeps your house at a more steady temperature. You don't really feel those different fluctuations. It's just a nice, comfortable temperature in your whole house. I did need a new furnace and air conditioner probably in the near future. So if I said, let me just put in a straight, non-geothermal system, how much was that going to cost me? And then what was the difference going to be? So really, if you calculate it that way, I probably will make my money back in 2 years.
Really think about that. Check with Arronco when you're making your decisions. Ask about a government tax break for installing an energy-efficient system such as geothermal. You might wonder what geothermal systems actually are. And please don't think geothermal is the only thing Arronco does. They do any system you can think of. But they've done more geothermal systems in this part of America than anyone. Geothermal, quite simply, uses the constant temperature of the earth, about 55 degrees, to heat or cool your home. A conventional system uses outside air, which fluctuates every single day. So you got to go a long way to get that outside air comfortable inside your house. The actual hardware in a geothermal system is another big plus. It's a lot nicer to live with.
There's no outdoor equipment. We don't need that outside air. The only thing we have outside is the loop, and you never know it's there. It's buried under the ground. So because of that no outdoor equipment and the constant 55 degrees, we get about twice the lifespan out of a geothermal system.
Andy is really proud of the Arronco team's holistic approach to turning often drafty, inefficient homes into efficient, singular systems.
We need to look at insulation values. We need to see how leaky and drafty the house is. We need to address those issues along with the HVAC. And that makes the house much more comfortable, much more healthier, and it really makes a difference on the utility bills, taking that approach.
I asked Arronco customers what I always like to ask people about any company. Would you or have you recommended Arronco to others?
I've recommended them, several times. Yeah, and I would just say something about them. They're old school in the sense that they absolutely do what they say they're going to do. I really can't emphasize that enough.
I have. A couple times Arronco has referred people to me that they were interested and had questions, and I said, hey, could somebody call you and ask you questions? And I said, sure. And so I talked to them about it, and with my experience, they were completely sold that, hey, this is what we should do in our house as well.
How about Don MacFarland? Would he recommend Arronco to others?
I have, and I would continue to do so.
Do yourself a favor, call Arronco, go on the website, and do the math. Just about every home out there could be improved greatly after a visit from the great team at Arronco. As we've heard many times over and over, getting a new HVAC system from Arronco is simply a no-brainer. For World Business Watch, I'm Rich Noonan. We'll see you next time.